Hi everyone, good evening. Welcome to Abundance of Love Table Talk. How you doing? How's your week been, guys? Hope it's been good. Another week, another Sunday. Got a fantastic topic tonight. And can't wait to share it with you guys. We also have the phone line tonight, so you lot tune in, ring us and let us know. Give us a call. I'll give you the number very, very quick. I'm going to give you the number throughout the show. Number 0749 28059. I'll tell you that again. 0749 672 8059. Welcome to Abundance of Love Table Talk. How you doing? Yeah, well, we're here again. You see us, we have a special guest with us tonight. And, you know, his name is K-Dog. That's his name, K-Dog, and you know us already. Just say your names, girls. Elisha, Michelle. Okay, and
K-Dog.
K-Dog. Yeah, and Marjorie. Don't forget Marjorie, right? Okay, so tonight we're going to be talking about relationships, social media relationships, and various different types of relationships. This is going to be in a 2-part or even a 3-part because it's so vast, it's so big.
Well, this is there, and we could revisit this all 3, 4, 5, 10 times.
Exactly, a million times, and we still wouldn't even get to the end of it.
It's a big topic.
So it's very, very big. It's a very big topic, but we're going to tackle it tonight. We're going to just do, you know, little bits and pieces of it tonight. But we want you guys to interact with us, whether through text, but we would really like to hear a few people calling in. I give you the number again, 0749 6728059. We're live. This is a live show. As you guys know that we are live. We're always live every Sunday. So it's going to be, as I said, about relationships. So we're going to kick off. I'm not going to talk too much because you know I can chat for the while, right? So I'm not going to be chatting out the whole show. So, so I think we're going to start off with our guest speaker tonight, which is K-Dog. And he's going to give us his perspective of what he calls relationship, social media relationship. So, welcome to the show, K-Dog, and just be natural. We're just going to be just talking about relationship. As we said, it's a big topic. We want to hear a man's point of view, because you know there's 3 of us here as ladies, and we want to hear a man's point of view. So, go ahead and share what you feel that you need to say to us tonight.
Basically, I just want to start with social media and you know how men and women as well, they like other people's pictures when they're in a relationship. I think personally that that's crossing the line and that shouldn't be done. For the simple fact that especially when it comes to men, women feel very insecure about that sort of thing happening. Like if you're liking another woman's picture, and certain men do it right next to their woman. Like they want to think that they're on the phone just scrolling through, but really they're just liking pictures and then.
So I think that is so rude. I think that is very disgusting.
This is why women look through men's phone and stuff like that, because she might see you on a slide and not even tell you with a side eye, and then all of a sudden now she knows your password and your code. Right? That's your own fault, really and truly. Like, there ain't nobody else's fault but yours. So, you know, I just think that personally, liking pictures, if it's your friend, it's different. If it's a male, if you're female and it's a male and it's your friend, that's different. But if it's just a random man, just leave it, man. Just think about him in your head.
Okay, what do you think? There's two sides to it, okay? So as a 36-year-old woman, I'd like to believe that I'm not naive. Like, as long as we all have eyes, even if I love my man, I want to be with him for the rest of my life. If Maurice Chestnut walks by, best believe I'm going to agree. So I would imagine that goes two ways. My husband has eyes, and as long as he has eyes, him finding something physically attractive doesn't lessen the love he has for me. If you're on platforms like Instagram, the whole nature of it is liking pictures. So then you need to take some steps back and say they tend to come off the platform as a whole, but it's unrealistic with how many users that are on the platform that he's not going to go past 1 million pictures of where there are attractive women and he's just meant to do that to appease you and your doubts. As far as I'm concerned, if things are set correctly from off of social media, by the time you come onto social media, there's not a problem.
But most of the time, people meet people on social media. That's where it starts. From that.
But I would argue the issue must have been there before the social media.
And it will probably be there while it's with you. Which is why there's no curb in it. Like, if you've got a man and he feels the need to look at another woman, whether he's got eyes or not, it's the way how he's looking at
I was going to say that.
It's not about just him looking at it, it's about the way how he's looking. The pictures that he's liking and the pictures that he's not liking. Like, the women are freeing these things and they're seeing it and they're saying, you know what? This man's doing me dirty under the covers. Like, under cover, he's doing something. And then this is where the paranoia comes from.
But again, my argument is that if this is the attitude that we've got for social media, don't be naive to think that they can't do these things out in the real world. Like, in my opinion, I don't want to see what you're liking, and if then be not knowing what, like, the reality is, if it's in you to be unfaithful and to do these things, it's in you. Regardless of what platform or why you are using, this is my thing.
Yeah, so it's the intention.
That's you some women who get really upset, my man's not going on no man them holiday. And I think to myself, well, you're an idiot. Because when he cheats here or abroad, if he's gonna cheat, he's gonna do it.
It doesn't matter where it
go Vegas, let him go on the man them holiday, because if he's capable of doing it, he can look in your iris and kiss you the man and just come from doing a madness.
Exactly.
Stopping him from going abroad says more about the state of the trust in your relationship than it does about anything else.
I agree with that. But what I will say is that if you do a poll right now on Facebook and ask women, would you want your man to like other people's pictures or not? Everyone's going to pick no.
Well, that's something else.
Everyone's going to pick no.
Never look at another woman.
Because so at the end of the day, this is what I'm saying. When it comes to social media and it comes to reality, that's two different things. You can put them in the same, but it's two different things. Because the way our man go on social media, they don't tend to go on like that on bro.
Yeah, because it allows them to be a whole new
Exactly.
They get brave.
That's the whole point.
On the internet.
They can be whoever they want to be on the internet. They can be Maurice Chestnut if they want to. Put his picture up and...
I'm not talking about caliber.
We're talking always Maurice Chestnut.
A very dark-skinned man that's doing a lot of big things. He's doing a lot of big things, I'm telling you. He's doing a lot of big things. Google Maurice Chestnut, man. He's a very dark-skinned man that's doing very big things.
He does a lot.
Yeah.
It's about this.
Not too much, though. Take time.
Maurice is perfect. You know what they're doing.
No, but back to what we were saying. Isn't there a caliber of girl and woman and man and boy? And I wouldn't like to believe man would be engaging to a point. Like, I don't. There isn't nothing wrong with liking a picture on Instagram. This is Michelle saying this now until it's my husband and then it's chaos in the yard. However, this whole going into DMs and kind of being disrespectful, I just feel like that's a boy movement. And if they're likely to do that on the internet, the chances are they're doing this in real life anyway. I don't know. Once you're a man of a particular caliber, I can't imagine you moving like that. That's mad.
I hear that, but you know what? When it comes to men, it's just raw instinct. Like I've been out with guys that's got wife at home and they're in the club doing their thing. So and when they're around other people, they act like they're so faithful. But when they're out with a certain set of boys, they go on a certain way. So that's what I'm saying. You can't really say like a certain caliber of man, like, and this guy was a lawyer. Like, you know what I'm saying to you? He was a high caliber sort of man.
No, I'm not associating caliber with profession. I'm just talking about integrity. How you behave when no one's watching you. You know what I mean? Being able to look yourself in the eye and know that you have integrity. Knowing that if your woman was in this dance, you would carry on the same way you are with or without her viewing. You know them way they
I hear what you're saying,
definitely.
because it's like an expectation of a certain person. I suppose that's our naivety, that you shouldn't really expect, because you're a lawyer, because you're a doctor, that you're going to behave in a certain way. People are just people.
I tell you,
People will be people.
Yeah.
You think that though, people think, oh, he's very educated, he's very high
He's a
standard,
priest
but he's
and he's
still
a
doing the same
this
thing
and
at work.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm not gonna lie, years ago, I was young, maybe early 20s, but I went Napa, with some of my friends. It was like a big holiday, girls and boys, and I was outside the rave and I was talking to, I think the boys were slightly older than me, so they might have been coming up to like late 20s, 30s, a little bit older, sitting outside, and it was genuinely, I felt like I was just learning. And there was this one guy, I'll never forget, he was from South London, a very good looking man, and he said, you see my wife, I will ducky someone for her, I will sit down in a prison for her, like I love her, there's nothing no one can say to me that I will do. But he said equally, she has to understand that when I'm in Napa, and when I'm out doing my thing, I'm gonna do what I am gonna do. It was almost like he was saying in code, I'm going to sleep with whoever I want to sleep with. But it's cool because I love you. So as long as you know your position, she knows her position, but I am going to do my thing. And I said, but honestly, I was so confused. I said, so how can you love her but be sleeping with other people? I was being so sincere because I was naive at this age. I didn't think that you could do that. So when I got older, I had to start being realistic about things, sex and love and the two and what have you. And he said, it's nothing. I could lay down with 10 women night after
And
night
mean nothing.
night. It's nothing. And go back to my missus and like, that's where my heart is. That's where there's a problem.
I could never understand that. I could never understand that. That a man could be with 10 different women and have a wife at home and still say that he loves his wife. To me, that is so deceitful. It's very deceitful.
Is it?
And if you find out, if you don't find out, it's fine. But if you do find out, that's where the problem comes in.
I was saying, what I was going to say was, I don't agree or disagree, it's like, I haven't got an opinion on it, but is it a case that person actually has a problem? Do you know what I mean? Like the man, he has a problem.
Yeah,
because
I
if you
think the
feel
man
the
does have a
need
problem.
that you have to be sleeping around, there's so many reasons as to why not to, whether it be catching something and hurting people's feelings and all these
And
different
you know,
things.
some of these men, right, they don't even protect themselves, and they know that they have wives. I know I had friends that were married, and they would be going to the clinic at least once a month.
Can I say something? And it might be really. Forget it. I'm gonna say it.
Don't mind her. She
I
swears
spent
all the time.
No, because I spent
It's the raw podcast. The raw podcast.
Sorry.
She swears all the time.
I said fiddlesticks, people. Fiddlesticks. But, no, on a level, I spent years, in my early years, just kind of really romanticizing what I believed love between a man and a woman looked like. And when you get older, the reality, it can wind you.
Of course.
It's not like what you've seen on television.
No.
You know, man and woman love each other and you just slip off into the sunset and you're just happy forever. The reality is, I feel like I don't know many men who can say they've never in their life been unfaithful. And it used to cause me quite a lot of turmoil in terms of not trusting people, just thinking every man I'm going to be with is going to do the same kind of thing. But I argue, what if we are forcing men to go against their natural instincts? We are forcing monogamous relationships on people when spiritually, I don't think they were meant to be on this plane for just one person. Now, whether that hurts your feelings, hear me out, hear me out, hear me out. I feel like, because why does it keep happening over and over again? Now, look, some of these men, when you sit down and talk to them, they're not bad people. They don't want to hurt the woman that they've hurt, but yet they've done it. And I do feel that man weren't put on earth to be with just, this is something society has put on people.
So what about women then?
What about women?
What about women? So a woman is not here to deal with one man, neither. Do you know what
I
mean?
would argue. No.
So just the same like how a man would want to go out there and be with somebody else, women have feelings too.
I'm not saying that, but actually I would argue our urges are not quite the same
It's
as men's.
circumstantial, really, true. But there's a lot of
Why-
women
why-
out here. There's
why?
a lot of women out here, yeah, that don't mind their partner going out and sleeping with different people because of circumstances like they have an allowance.
I know.
Their partner's
What
giving
is
them
their allowance?
their partner's giving them like $2.5 grand a month, and they ain't giving it up for nothing. And he's telling her straight, "I'm out here doing my thing," and she'll rather the honesty and the money than go with somebody else and be doing it behind their back and not be doing
I have
nothing.
heard setups. Like
Yeah, I've heard.
This is what's going on. This is what these girls. This is what these girls these days. They think that that's a good situation to be in.
Because in their mind,
I'm winning. I'm getting money, and he's telling me he's cheating on me.
and
I can't
regardless,
lose.
he's going to be doing it
Are
anyway.
they also cheating then too? More
Yeah.
Most probably. They're doing their thing most probably,
Yeah.
and they've got an allowance to do it.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's circumstantial for me, really and truly. It just depends on the situation.
I don't argue there are women who want to be with.
Sorry, can I just give the phone number just before we go on? 0749 672859. Please call us and give us your input. What do you think?
Message as well. We're still taking messages.
And we're taking
Bring out your
messages. Yeah. Go ahead, Michelle.
Yeah, I can only, obviously, my friends are not a reflection of the whole entire world, but most of the friends that I have are quite neat monogamous women. You know, we desire to only be with the one person. We don't have any intention of sharing our partners. And what I don't know very many women who are like, woo, I just want to be out there for everybody. Like, do you get what I mean?
But that's your generation.
That was
Just a different generation.
that's what I'm saying. I said I can only speak
Yeah.
from what
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
am trying to say. that
Yeah,
they're a
that's your
reflection.
generation. This is a new generation is coming up, which does not
So
think
what's
like
changed?
you.
Why have they thought that there's like a go sign now to say?
Girls just got tougher now. Girls, they know they're not getting taken advantage of no more. That's it. They're getting something out of it now. It's not
What's
just a
that?
thing where you're just gonna have sex with me and just go like, I'm gonna get some money, I'm gonna get a bag, I'm gonna get some expensive shoes, I'm gonna get something out of you.
So
You're not just doing that and just walking
It's
off
coming
like
a
you used to,
prostitution.
like you
It's coming
used
like a
to.
prostitution to me.
It
That's
is,
a-
mum, it
that's
is.
a
It is, but it's normalised now. It's normalised. Normalised. Normalised.
Yeah,
Normalised
then
now.
you've got all of these idiot shows like Love and Hip
And
Hop
there's so much man out here
Yeah.
that's making money on the road and stuff like that they can fund all of these girls. They can fund them. No problem.
Is this what modern day prostitution is?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yes,
modern
this
day
is
I
it.
have to
This
give
is
you
it.
my
basically.
decorations and you give me a...
You give me a Prada bag and some shoes and a matching shoes.
Keep my bank account.
A bucket.
Yeah. Keep my rent topped up.
Wow.
No, I have heard stories like that though, like rent being paid and all
This
of
is what
that.
it is now.
It's like
Yeah.
an agreement, an arrangement.
Yeah, it's like an arrangement now. It's not a
Yeah.
relationship, it's an arrangement. A situationship. That's what
Yeah.
they call it.
Oh, there's enough of them flying around.
Enough of them
Yeah.
flying around now.
Relationship. What a something.
Mum didn't even know nothing about it.
What a something. Situationship.
Mhm.
What a thing. Well, you live and you learn
That's
every
right,
day.
that's
Okay, so who's the next person? What's the next topic of relationship? Who's next?
Have I already said so?
No, I went first.
So we're talking about the liking. So what was we didn't finalise. So are we saying it's okay then?
Yeah, is it
to
okay
like,
or is it not
or is
okay
it not okay to like a
to
picture?
like pictures? Well,
I think.
so mum, if Omar was liking other women's pictures on Instagram and Facebook, would you like that?
No.
That's right.
So
But
if
we're
that
not going to
is-
put our own personal experience.
No, but I wouldn't like it either, mum. If my partner was doing it, mum, I wouldn't like it. and I'm a man, and I'm saying that I wouldn't like it.
But equally as you don't like it, is it okay for you to still go out?
It's not okay. That's what I'm saying.
Love-
Just
okay.
don't
Love-
cross
Yeah,
that
but
boundary. Don't
have
cross
you
the
done it?
boundary.
But have you done it?
Yes, Mum, I have, and I've learned from my mistakes. I've learned from my mistakes. I've learned because I got cut off. Yeah, there was so much problems in the household just because of that one thing. So I'm not.
And I appreciate somebody who's learned a lesson and believe, because for real, people are using almost social media like it's the life now.
Mhm.
Like that is all there is.
Mhm.
Well, you don't have to have it. You get what I'm saying? And if you do, then make sure your intentions are correct then. If you're going to go on social media, make sure if you are liking a picture that there's a reason for liking that picture.
I like the way the man looks in the picture. I don't fancy him, I don't know him from nowhere, but
entirely
he
fine.
looks good. Like,
Okay.
I like it.
You like the pictures, but also you've got to think about then how you like it. Okay, so say everybody else is on there liking the picture, and then the way they're liking it, oh yeah, you look sexy, you look this, you look that, and then you've added to that.
Mm.
Then you know what I'm saying? You've
Yeah,
almost
yeah,
gone
I hear
along.
that, I hear
You've
that
gone
still.
along with that.
It's not even like, even if you liked a picture innocently, if your partner was to see that, they're not going to see the innocence in it.
Yeah.
They're just going to see that you liked a picture.
That you liked it, or
And
why did you
this
like
guy
it?
he looks better than me today.
No,
he looks
I
better
think
than
you've
me.
got good communication in everything's just all about the internet. Let's get back in real life, and I think if you and your partner know each other and know your boundaries with one another, that's the easier thing that you've seen. I like the sexy, I like you, then I like the picture, whoop-de-doo, then I scrolled off. Then I like the picture of a club sandwich straight after because it was there. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I guess it's just about having a
But
good...
it just depends on the type of partner that the type of
Yeah.
partner that you have as well.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
he's open-minded like that, then he could accept that. But if he is not,
No, you
Then
won't
it's better
accept
you're
it.
off
he
it.
will
I
not
agree.
accept it, and that's going to cause a big
I
problem.
agree.
Then you need to grow up.
It's not about growing up.
Yeah.
It's not about growing up. It's about that's what his perspective of that is. He don't like it. And if somebody don't like something, you do not put it, for me, I would not want to put it in their face. I don't like you doing this. Please do not do it.
If you respect them and love them and
Yeah,
love them,
and
you
you
should be
respect them and you
able
love
to.
them.
That's right.
And he's supposed to do the same for me. If I say, look, I don't like that,
Yeah.
please don't do that.
Well,
Right?
stop.
I expect that it's gonna stop.
That's right.
It's the same. It goes both
Both
ways.
ways, yeah, indeed. And that's why I said that balance, what you were saying. You realise it's a mistake you've made, and now going forward, it's not something you
Yeah, it's
would
not
do.
something that I'm going to do again.
Yeah.
I agree with you as well that certain people need to grow up because it ain't that serious.
Yeah.
But me personally, after what I've been through, I just want
And
to
could
do
it
it
have been at the time when you were going through it, your intentions weren't actually correct when you were liking these pictures? Possibly?
It could have been at that time.
So again,
It
there's
could have been
no.
at that time.
You almost have
The podcast, I'm here to be honest.
That sounds, to be quite honest.
What?
It could have been.
But most men are not going to be honest about it, man. They're going to say, "Oh, I didn't even." I've heard it so many times. I liked it by accident.
Oh, I've heard all this shit.
I don't get that.
You like it by accident 19 times.
You like every picture on their page by accident.
Like everything by accident?
Come on, man.
No.
Okay.
I don't.
All right. So is it okay or is it not okay?
It's not okay for me. It's not. What
So
do
is
you
it personal
say?
then? Is it a personal thing?
So I think
It's a
it's
personal thing.
subjective because there are a lot
Yeah.
of people that look at the internet.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you've got to
yeah.
remember, for many of us, we remember a time before the internet. So we
Mhm.
can look at the internet and think this is an idiot thing. Too much emphasis on who's doing what when it's the internet. It's not real
Remember,
life.
man, we were talking about it the other day when I was in school when girls had to call the house phone.
Yeah.
Like there was no internet, there was no nothing. You had to call the house phone, and if mum picked up the phone, you had to talk to her. It's a very different time now. Very different time. Very different
That's
time
what I
now.
used to say.
Very different time now.
Like, who is this? And what's your name? And then I'll be getting a pen and writing the name down.
I just used to get in trouble for the phone bill. You know, when you go to pay the bill, you don't think about
How long it's been on the
how
phone.
long.
Yeah.
And there was, I'm sure I had that phone where when it got to 59 minutes, it hang up and restart it for the next hour. If you didn't do it, it came into a next premium. And then me and my three sisters would be called downstairs to check whose numbers was who and who had run up the bill and
Yeah.
find it was me. Snapchat. So where mobile came out, it was a dream, you know? Yeah, it's not really
True.
that we move. But okay, next topic for you guys, right? How do you lot feel about, so can I say that we've all got social media here, yeah?
Yes, yes.
Are we all like quite frequent posters? We post
Yes.
ourselves?
More Snapchat guy myself, but
Okay, so is it Snapchat of you doing stuff or more your
yeah,
hobby?
more the daily life and more than the Instagram posting picture for picture for picture.
Yeah.
I'm more post what I'm doing in the day,
Active.
videos and stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay, and so
For me, social media is business. Like, I'm not into posting my
I like
pictures
that.
of
I
myself.
like
I'll do that on my WhatsApp. You might see an odd picture of me, but
No,
that's
not
because that's
really.
people I know,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that's why. But other
Yeah.
than that, no. My Facebook and Instagram is about business.
what about you, Mum?
Yeah, I used to post a lot of pictures of myself, my family on there, and then for some reason I just sort of stopped for maybe about a month, and then I had loads of people contact me and say, "What's going on? Why are you not posting
Because
nothing?"
they were too nosy up in your
I was
business.
like, "Is that how it goes? We're not forcing nothing again." So unless it's about business, about my business, I post nothing else up there. Motivational stuff and about abundance of love, self-healing, that's what I post. I post nothing else because I know that there's too much nosy people out there. Yeah, they just want to look into your business, and I'm not doing it with you.
Well,
The reason I asked, to be fair, I don't really use. I've got Instagram. I go through phases. So on Instagram last year, I would have been posting a lot on the stories, nothing on my actual pictures. Probably like 5 pictures on my Instagram. I used to have 700 and odd, and I deleted them all. Lot of it now just free and take inspirational quotes from people and posting
Yeah,
them on
that's
WhatsApp
what I do.
about it.
Inspirational quotes.
Facebook and probably tagged in stuff. I can't remember the last time I posted something for myself again, apart from memories and things like that. Because I'm just there in it for the ride. It's free to be looking at things and tagged in, whatever. But on my preying journeys, you're going through Instagram.
Sorry, can we just stop a minute? There's a little nose. Can you not hear that noise?
What ee?
Pull your chair forward a little bit.
I think it's you moving on.
Yeah. Can you not hear it?
No.
because
Did
she
you
was
hear
doing
it?
it.
Did you hear it?
I've been hearing a lot of
Did you
noise.
hear it?
no, man,
We all heard it.
No, I'm not saying we all. It's just you and Anisha.
No, and Amari did as well. Amari had
I feel like you're forcing it. You should lady me. You might get that work there.
Alright,
All right.
07496728059. Did you hear
But no, I have come to notice that a lot of the female friends that I have or followers are really open with their lives. They'll post their partner, their children, just their day-to-day life, and we sort of go on to the husband's page, and it's a whole different energy. There's no mention of a wife, maybe their children. So my question was like, why are men very reluctant to declare their significant others? Like, what is that? Like, why?
First thing I can say is that I know a few people in the entertainment industry and the music industry,
Yeah.
and they say that if they post a girl on their social media, the streams go down, girls stop listening, the YouTube views go down. So it's more of a money thing for the entertainment side of it. That I can speak for that, but these normal guys out here, they're just cheating and hiding. Let's be honest.
So on your Snap,
Mhm.
do you post your significant other?
Yeah. I post if I'm with someone, I post them on my Snap, and I post my daughter. I don't post my daughter a lot though.
That's different, and I can understand in the world that we can
But
stay the same.
somebody, if I'm with somebody, then they expect that.
Yeah.
They expect that. They expect to be in some pictures. If they're not in there, then you start to feel a bit.
Let's forget about what they expect. How do you feel about it? Is that something that comes natural to you? Are you reluctant to do
If
it?
it's serious, then it's natural.
Okay.
If it's serious, it's natural. But if it's someone that I'm just dealing with or whatever, then no, they're not going to.
No, and I understand that. You don't want to declare any and anybody. But I don't know, I mean, what do you guys think? Have you ever seen any examples where you sort of look at a man's page and think, but I know you've got a woman, but this page smells of single life.
Yeah,
Like,
I
I
think you hit the nail on the head there. It's true. I think I've seen a post of a married man, and I just thought to myself, "Oh, you're not married anymore." And it's just on observations. I'm not watching your face because I'm looking at you, but I just thought.
But then again, it's
And you see
his
the kids.
responsibility to paint a clear message to the world that he is taking. Like,
Well,
is
this
it
is
anyone's business?
It's his choice, and
Yeah.
people should be able to have choice. And I feel like sometimes we're a bit too, oh, how come he ain't posted his woman or his children or his
Yes,
kids?
because
Yeah.
I've had people say that to me. Why have you not posted your husband? Oh, on there. I'm
And
like,
those are people who are keen to have a nosy, I'd imagine.
I didn't feel that I needed anyone's permission as to when I needed to put him up there.
Or no.
So then people, they're just checking to see what statuses and the stuff that's going
And
on.
people
That's
say,
what
oh,
they're
it looks
looking
like you and your husband's not together
Yeah,
because
that's
you're
what
not
I'm saying.
posting him up. I was like, what's that got to do with anyone? I don't
This
get
is
that.
social media. I went for a period of posting ridiculously every minute of the day on Instagram stories, and then I stopped. And one girl, I mean, I had worked with her for a good 10 years, came in my inbox and sent me a depression video, like anxiety and depression.
Anxiety.
Because I think she
depression.
thought.
Why?
So what they do is they dot the dots. You were constantly posting,
And now
you've
you
gone
stop.
away, so you must be in turmoil.
That's what they think.
But that's what the world comes
They
to.
think.
Or you were posting your man,
Wow.
he's suddenly not in pictures, so he's done left you or you've left him. And this is what we do now. We start filling in the blanks on people's lives. It's ridiculous.
That is
They'll not come from
terrible.
nowhere.
Yeah, that is terrible. But that's
I
not
even like, I've been guilty of it. Like, I don't think that because I did see what they.
Yeah. No, you shouldn't say that,
That's like stop.
But again, that's
You
what
know.
social media is. It's about having a little view into people's lives through your phones, your tablets, or whatever. And then
And it's
call
a
the person and
snapshot,
ask them
you know.
what's going on.
It's a snapshot.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a snapshot, but people hang on to that. They watch your every move.
So
And
then
they
in
hang
that-
on to it. I don't know why. They
In
do
that argument, then, as women, for a moment, one sec here, and as women, do we have an opinion of not being posted by our significant others? Do we care?
I find that that's a little bit difficult because I think if you don't have anything to hide, you can put your partner or your husband or whoever else on your page or whatever, but it doesn't mean that you have to do it continuously. You're showing that I am now in a relationship, I'm with someone.
Showing
Yeah.
to who?
Just to show the world, just to show people, just to show maybe family members or whatever, just to show, to say, look, this is who I'm with now. I'm no longer available. You know?
It's almost like warning off like the.
Yeah, it's
the
kind of
weight
like
of the
warning,
spread
like,
is that
people up or whatever, like to say, oh, she, maybe she's a bit, I'm not man, or whatever. Always there, she ain't got nobody. Yes, I have someone, yeah, but it doesn't mean that I'm going to be putting this person up at every available opportunity that I get, yeah? And it doesn't mean to say we're broken up if I don't put my partner up there, yeah? So, I look at stuff like that, and I only just started to realise that people, they watch your every single move. And it's, it's because I've been on social media now for, a year and a half, coming up 2 years, that I've realised that, because otherwise I would never have known that. That's what
I
people
just
do.
think it's subjective, man. Some people don't. A lot of it, whether we like it or not, is validation. It's what other people think. Why else are we doing it? Do you understand? If it's for yourself, then it is for what people think. And we pride ourselves, a lot of us trying to say, oh, we don't care. But we do. A lot of what we're doing is for the people.
Yeah.
Not for ourselves.
Yeah.
So for some sort of validation to show
Yeah,
the
but
world
I
we
think
are
you
in
get to
love.
the point.
To
I
show
think
the
you
world.
get to the point where you don't care about what people think anymore. Because it's what I'm saying. At the beginning, you think, oh, I need to be posting this, I need to say this. But after a while, it doesn't really matter anymore. Because it's not about people, it's about you.
So then going back to the question that Michelle asked, if your partner is not posting you, is it a problem?
For you personally.
I think if he's never ever posted me, yes, I think it would be a problem. But if he has posted me in, you know, a few times or whatever, and not just post me like a friend, like to say he's just standing there with like a friend. No, you let everybody know that we are an item, we're together.
Why is that important?
Because I feel that it's important for people to know that you're committed. And that you're not no, it's not just about you, it's about me as well. But for me, it's a sense of security as well.
So it makes you feel
It
big.
makes me
Validate.
feel
That's it.
secure.
I think that's what we're getting at. It's, the
Yeah.
reason is it must be about you because it shouldn't be ever be
No,
about
it's
somebody
about
else.
security for
For
me.
you. Cool.
Yeah. Okay. So, what do you think about that?
I think that I don't think it's just for me, to be honest with you. I think it is for everybody else because I don't want people going in my girl's DM. I don't want to go in an inbox. So she needs to show me that I'm here. Needs to, especially with men. Women it might be different, but men are hungry. Like they will message anything and anybody, whether they got a man or not. To be honest with you, if she does post me, that will make men go for her even more in some cases because they like the challenge. There's something wrong with them. But that's how it goes though. But you know, if she posts a lot, then I would expect her to post me.
Yeah.
You know,
okay.
and we'll post each other. But if she don't post, then
Then it's not.
I kind of on your
Yeah.
yeah.
Again, we're back to that whole intention thing. It's what if you're, so if you know blatantly that this person's always posting up things and it appears that they're single, then you would question, well, why don't you post me?
Yeah.
I've seen pictures where you go onto the missus page and it's a nice family pic. You go onto his page and he's fully cropped the girl out. He's fully cropped.
Oh my god.
Them movements there, you think that picture. Like, how comes you're here as a family and if you're one, she don't exist? That's it.
Or worst
I have
case,
a problem with that. I
I
would.
think the particular Instagram that I looked at, there was pictures of the children, but still not the missus.
And my one. The
I
children.
understand.
Yeah, the children.
But I argue
Yeah,
in my
I see
mind
that.
that with a man, they feel like no matter what, my children are my children. But you see, you could be gone in a year, 2 years, 10 years,
Yeah,
I pick
yeah,
them up, I
that's
pick me them. So I wholeheartedly claim them. And yes, they will be all over because they're my children for life. I get that.
You
I
guys,
get
what do you guys think of this? 07496728059. Nobody's even called us yet, you know. What's going on? You're not watching. And you've got nothing to say or you're trying to be shy. Don't be shy. Everyone's got an opinion. It doesn't matter what you think. Maybe you might be thinking what we're chatting is not what you think. But just ring in and say something. Okay? And as I said, you can message us as well. If you really don't want to talk, send a message to us and then we can discuss what you want to say. Okay? Don't forget.
So also, another topic for us, long distance relationships.
Oh, yes.
How do we fare with long distance relationships?
I
Can we
know.
do them?
It's not for everyone. It's not for everyone. You know, it can work for some people because I think with a long distance relationship, you have the best of both worlds. You have a relationship, but you have that space. And sometimes when people are in a relationship for a long time, you know, you get a little bit bored or whatever. You know, things are not the same. You know, you have the honeymoon period. And once the honeymoon period is over, it's like, you start seeing different things. And I think in a long-term relationship, when you do, not long-term, long-distance relationship, when you do see that person, it's like, you have never,
Exciting
it's
time.
like, yeah, it's just so wonderful. The time that you spend with them is fantastic. It's wonderful, you know? And so you don't, you know, even if you're even married to that person, even if you are married to that person, You don't have to be doing the cooking and the cleaning and all of that every day. You do it, you know, whenever you're together, that's what you do. You play your roles or whatever, and when you're not, then, you know, so I think it can work. It can work. Because I know that some people that it has worked. And it, you know, it just depends on what you're looking for in a relationship.
I think it depends on your personality too. I like to be in a relationship where I am physically seeing that person.
Yeah.
Like, even when my hubby was in hospital recently and he just wasn't there in the bed, it felt so lonely. I mean, I suppose there was the issue that he was in hospital, so I'm worried about that. But also, it was just like, I felt weird because nearly 15 years, you know.
But because you're used to, that's the relationship that you've chosen for yourself. So, but that's what you want.
But had it been different and we had to have done a long-term relationship, I had decided that I would have moved to wherever he was. Yeah. And I suppose vice versa. Fortunate he didn't mind being here. But I was quite willing to go and live wherever he was from too.
Yeah, but some people don't want to, I think it's all part of commitment as well.
No, I think that's my
personal choice. You don't commit yourself to one place, because I know me personally, I wouldn't want to leave my family. I would want to be around my family. Also, I would want to be around my husband, but I would also want to be around my family. It doesn't mean to say I want to be around my family like, you know, 24/7 or for the whole year. But I would like that opportunity to, even if I was to stay with my husband for 6 months and stay with my children for 6 months. I think I would like
to do that. Very quickly, this is subjective. It's about an individual, because I'm not going to lie, for me, like, when I look at all my love languages, it wouldn't work. Like, I'm a physical touch, I'm a word that I need to be in the presence of my partner, and I don't know if I could do long durations of time without seeing my significant other. I would sooner call it a day and just tell us to kind of
go our
separate ways. Yeah, and that's not to say I would cheat. I'm definitely not a cheater. No. But I know it's just
or you may even be sitting there worrying, thinking what they're getting up to, because you're thinking, goodness, we haven't had that contact. Maybe
I've gone out
the past.
But you've got to have a level to have a long distance relationship. You have to have a level of trust.
Yeah,
absolutely. Because if you don't have a level of trust, it will not work in a relationship. With any relationship, because you know you could be with your man 24 hours a day and he still cheats. He finds a way.
That's not my issue. That's
20. It will still cheat. So even if you think about your long distance relationship, or that person might be cheating, the person could be right in front of your eyes and still cheat. I've experienced that. I've been married, and my husband has been around me 24/7, but he's still cheating. And I don't know how he did it, but he did do it.
I believe that. That's not the initial thing. It's not like, I couldn't be in a long distance because they might cheat. That will come into it. But it's just more about how I interact with my significant other.
But you know, it's modern times, as you said, we've got some FaceTime, there's, you know, people, whatever they're doing, if they're going shopping, if they're going on the road, the person is with them.
See, I don't like this modern day technology. Where everything's so virtual that we've forgotten to just interact.
Yeah, but that's how it is.
You know, it's got to a point where I don't even like to wish people a happy birthday on a social media platform. They ain't got your number to give you one.
Yeah.
And unless you're a family member that's on either the other side of England or I'm not doing the big shout outs on social media anymore. I used to play the game, but as far as I'm concerned, if you're my people then I'm gonna dial you in and say happy birthday, but we become so lazy.
I do that. My personal thing is that I ring all of my friends and sing happy birthday to them. I don't just put it out my friends, my family, I sing. And they'd be like, oh my God, it's her, she's singing. But that is just
and that's the relationship you have with those people. But you can have people who are not as close to you like that, and you don't mind just wishing them a quick thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Look on my page of my birthday, I'll be like, I swear I haven't seen you since I was like 14. Happy birthday, Mom! Okay, thanks. we know nothing of each other. It's just like you've got a reminder to say it's Michelle Richards' birthday today. It's lazy. I feel like we've become such a lazy nation.
Yeah, we have.
We don't even remember our people's birthday. We don't have to because 2 days before there's a notification telling you in 2 days it's actually
you know.
Sometimes that does not mean
People's
that
Facebook. Yeah, that's what I said. I said, oh, thank you, Facebook. I would never remember that. But so, what do you think about long distance?
I'm not doing it.
right?
I'm not doing it. I'm just not doing it. That's it. Like,
Not
there's
even
nothing
for the right
really
woman.
talk about that. I'm just not doing it because I know that when it comes down to it, someone's going to have to make a hard decision. Someone's going to have to move to where somebody is, and I'm not moving.
Oh God.
So, I've moved around enough, man. I ain't moving. So,
What month are you born actually?
November.
Scorpio. I knew you was a Scorpio!
I'm not moving. I'm not moving. I'm
He was a Scorpio. I knew he was I love him for it, but I knew he was a Scorpio. Oh, go me. Sorry, I just knew. So fit. And you said Scorpio? No.
But she reads people very well.
That was a good observation. I didn't think she'd get it right, but she did.
Yeah.
Okay, but we moved. But no, it was just funny. He was like, no.
I'm not even going to put myself in that position because I know that it's not something that I'm interested in at this. When I get older, I might be. You never know what could happen, but right now,
Yeah. Not for you. Fair enough.
yeah, I don't know.
So we're 3 to 4. Well, 3 to 4. 3 to 1, sorry. 3 yeses
So
and 1.
everybody else is against it apart from me.
I wouldn't say
I wouldn't say that them two are against it. I would say that it's just not what
How
they.
we could get through a relationship, I just don't know if I would be for it. I'm not saying I would just go and split up the relationship.
I'm
I'd
like
to
a lot
see
what she was saying. You know, when you just sort of said at one point you were prepared to go and move to where. So if I did fall in love on the internet or met a guy in another part of England, let's say, and we did the whole virtual talking online, I'm likely to just either want to be down there every weekend or and need physical touch and
But
need physical
like you
embrace.
were saying, an ideal setup would be 6 months in your place and 6 months down wherever the person is. That's still
The
scary.
person would be coming, I don't say 6 months in one go, but it'd be like you'd be seeing the person like every 2 months, every 2.5 months, 3 months. Then you would go, then they would come. Then you would go, then they would come.
I suppose
Like
that's an
that. So,
arrangement,
it's
but
not like it's like a whole 6 months not seeing
what
each
happens if
other.
someone gets sick and they
Well,
need...
obviously, if somebody gets sick or whatever, and you're able to go, then you would go to look after that person.
But then say the time frame of even recovery is going to be into the years. How does that work?
Well, I don't know. You would have to cross that bridge when you get to that, you know. But if you decide that that is what you want to do, you have to think about all these
You
things.
have to go, man. You
You
have to
have
go and
to.
look after him because you took them vows in sickness and in health.
That's right.
you gotta
So
go.
if you've got to go
Right,
and look
you know what I'm
after,
saying?
you have to do it.
When you get married and you take them vows, you gotta live up to that.
You have to. You have to live up to it. So it's just, you know, this, as I said, individual choice. And, you know, you've got to think about it properly before you go into it. And if you know that that is not for you, then it is just not for you. But if you think that is something that you can deal with, then you try it.
Okay, well, it's not, I'm the only one that's actually against it. I wouldn't say that they're against it.
You're
I
just
think they're
saying
in the
no.
middle.
I'd have to see how it works. Literally,
I'm
I'd have to
against
see
it.
how
I
it
would
works.
make it work for me, but it would. I
And
couldn't
also
do long
depends,
periods of
like,
time without it.
I really do truly believe in you're meant to be with who you're meant to be. Like, even the way I met my husband, it's just like, and how we connect.
Yeah, I
it's
think
just meant
that you're meant
to
to be with some, you know.
You're gonna be with them
you're
regardless
gonna
of
be
whatever.
Your path will cross,
So,
you will be with that
yeah,
I
person.
agree with that.
If that's how it's meant to be, then that's how it's going to be.
Yeah.
Whether you like it, whether them live on toes and mine are weird, or them live round the corner. If you're going to meant to be
It's
with
true,
that
it's
person,
just
you're going to
fucking-
be with them.
fucking
Yeah.
my
I
road,
do
yeah.
believe in that because an Irish clairvoyant woman told me that my soulmate was in a different country.
Really?
And I'm not here. They're not in England.
Wow.
So
Oh, yes,
that
it
could be my destiny, really
It
and
could be
truly.
your destiny.
But I hope not.
But then you're hoping she's going to come over here, though.
I hope she's just lying and
Where
talking
you
about it.
where you see this woman? Where you see this woman?
I saw her with my friend Aaron
How long
Aaron
ago?
Cole.
How long ago was this?
This was like last year. Yeah, we went to his mum's friend, and I was at his house, and she just happened to be there, and she done some palm reading and some cards. You know, I don't believe in anything there, man. The only cards I believe in is blackjack. I don't know. I don't know what was that about. But she said that my soulmate is not here yet, and they're in a different country. She didn't say what country. She said it's a different country, not England.
Do you know why that makes me smile? Because you were so adamant. You see me? I'm not moving the nobody. But
But
you
you're
know,
saying about
sometimes
then now you're
words
soulmate.
are spells. So
Yeah.
what you're saying, the universe says, is it?
Yeah.
Everything
Your
that you
soulmate.
don't want.
Yeah. So, you know, you never know what's happening. You never know what's happening in the
This
future.
is it. This is it.
Yeah. Wow.
Interesting.
Very, very interesting. As I said, you know, I would, you know, if I found the right person with my soulmate, I would not say that I wouldn't be with that person because they live somewhere else.
I'm not saying that either. I'm just more saying I'm probably putting my backside to where they are. I just don't
Yeah,
know
but
if I
maybe
can
you will.
do it.
Yeah, but no, that's the thing. We're
Yeah.
talking about can we do long distance?
Can you do it?
And it's not about whether you want to have a relationship with them. It's just whether or not that setup is going to work for you.
Yeah,
I think
but
that is
maybe,
the-
but why would you pass up on an opportunity where you just maybe have to tweak it a little bit different, tweak what your understanding of what you would feel that it would be the perfect thing for you? Because nobody likes to come out their comfort zone, right? You don't. You want to stay in your comfort zone, and sometimes when it's something out of what it's not in your mind, you think, oh no, it's not going to work. Well, it could be the ideal relationship.
It could be.
Sometimes you need to move out your comfort zone.
And sometimes you need to come out of that comfort
It
zone.
could be the universe, God, whatever, could be preventing something from happening to you, so they're actually moving you
Moving
from.
you somewhere else, and then you're going to be sitting there saying, no,
No, if I'm not moving, and
You're
then
not
two
going.
something happens.
I'm not moving. When it could be what is meant to be for
Yeah,
you.
just a bit much, man. You know,
What do you mean?
Tamara's in school, you know, she's settled, she's moved around a lot.
But
I've
you
moved
just
her
don't
again.
know. It
It's just
doesn't mean
like,
to say
why?
it's not going to
Like,
happen right now. It could happen in another 5 years. It doesn't have to happen now. It
But the
could be.
person may want to come here as well. You don't know.
yeah.
And maybe they might come here. They might be from a different country, and they might come
Yeah.
here and say, well, you know, they're not from this country. They're not from our, you know,
As long as they were coming and it was there, I just don't want no one to ever resent me, like blame me. You come over here, we're together, and you come here and you're not happy here, and now you're mad with
Yeah,
me.
definitely.
Yeah, I think about that as well. I think about that as well.
Yeah.
That they would blame you and they would say, look, you know, I left my country to be with you, and
Yeah.
I'm not happy. I don't like it.
And
here.
especially if things don't go well at the beginning, because
Yeah,
some
but,
chances are.
they would have, but at least they would have tried.
Mhm.
Yeah, and you give them
And
a
you
big
have to
rating
give them
for
that. And then if it meant that you would also have to try, then you would have to try too.
Yeah.
Because maybe you might go to their country, you might love it. And they might come here and don't love it. And you might go wherever it is and love it. You don't know.
What's for you will never miss you, no.
Exactly. What is for you is for you.
Yeah.
It doesn't. And we don't know. There's no book written and say, right, okay, in 2008 you're going to do this, in 2000 or whatever you're going to do it. There's no book saying that. Right, you follow your intuition. You follow your mind and do what you feel is best for you. Yeah, and if it's the person, fits the description, fits everything that you're looking for in a person, why would you turn around and say, oh, because they live in another country, I can't deal with them? You wouldn't. You can't say that. I mean, I can.
It's circumstantial, man.
but then you would be missing out on that. Maybe the love of your life.
Yeah, but there's so many things. I guess it's what it comes. It's about where you are in your life as well. For someone like me who hasn't got children yet and very much does want children, that plays a factor in things. So where are we raising our children? And if you're not prepared to, you know what I mean? So
Society right now, look at what the climate that we're in.
I mean,
Exactly. But so, as we said, what is for you is for you.
That's shame.
Yeah. If it's not for you, it's not going to happen. But if it's for you, no matter you could have chat blood. Right? Blood could be run out your mouth. Whatever. If it's for you, it's for you.
I suppose so, but I'm a big believer in luck and fate, to be honest with you. So, fate and luck.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
I don't believe in the soulmate thing, because I could go on holiday and meet someone and fall in love with him, and that's what I end up being with.
Exactly, but you said you're not leaving.
But same thing could happen in Trafalgar Square when I go out on Saturday this week.
Oh, is that where you're going this week?
Yeah. What I'm saying is that it could happen anywhere.
That's true.
Anywhere. So luck and fate.
What is the definition of the soulmate though? Because I feel
Exactly.
because I saw something online and it said, what if your soulmate is male? And it was in reference to another male. So I'm thinking, is soulmate actually somebody who's meant to be a sexual partner? Or is
No.
it actually-
As I got older, I know that soulmates are, we assume they're romantic. I've had many a soulmate, female soulmates, who have come into my life for a particular reason. So my soul already felt like they knew
They
me.
knew.
So
So
they
there
was
was
a
a
connection
connection.
that we knew in a past life. And they taught me things and then gone.
And left.
A lot of them are
That's
not in
right.
my world now, so they've taught me things, helped me to grow and evolve, so I
And
can
then
move
they
on to the
go.
next chapter, and they release me.
So
And then you could have many soulmates. You don't only have one. You can
Yeah,
have
you
many
can have
throughout
many.
your life journey.
Mm.
You can have many.
You'll only have one twin flame,
Yeah,
and everyone
one
assumes
thing.
that twin flames are a beautiful thing, when actually there's a lot
They're
of
not.
upset.
They're
with
really
twin
quite
flames.
horrible.
Imagine you're the same flame but split. So there's a lot of running away and trying to be the
Cut
person
sharp
running
and
away.
pulling
from
back.
so
you.
you're talking about like in a romantic
Yeah,
Yeah.
usually
Okay.
go through a twin flame. I've never heard about
So
twin
wait, hold on
flames.
a minute. Mommy, you trying to say that my soulmate could be a man?
No!
You're thinking romantically.
It's not romantically. It could be just a soulmate that's coming in.
But this is what I was
We are
trying
not
to
questioning
I don't know about that.
sexuality.
You pass the wine, please. Not like that. I don't know nothing about that.
people put emphasis on your soulmate being from the opposite sex, so that it's a relationship in that respect. But in theory, a soulmate could just be a person who's going to teach you something along the way, that you just have a burning passion, but it doesn't have to be a sexual one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've had many a female soulmate come and go, non-sexual, platonic,
Exactly.
who have done what they were meant to do.
I didn't know
for
that was
period
soulmate
of
like
time,
that. I didn't know.
and then go.
So even when they're telling you about that, it could be generally just a person who's just going to be tight with you like that.
Okay.
Almost
It's
all
going
the
to
time.
with you, but going to teach you a lot of things
Yeah.
in your life.
Okay. I learned something new.
Have you ever met someone where it's mad, you've just met them, it's like, I swear I feel like I've known you for time. I've
Yeah.
only just
Yeah.
met you,
Yeah.
And
because
you
your
don't know.
soul, forget your physical vehicle, it's almost like it's a connection of, oh, we remember each other, it's
I thought that was
unspoken.
more of a deja vu. Like, I feel like I've seen you before, and I probably have, but I can't remember it. Like,
I associate deja vu with past lives. This is all you're doing,
I always assume that it's a spiritual thing for me. I know that for me, I feel that our spirit, when we go to sleep, our spirit travels. That's what I think. That we travel around. Our spirit is something that is free.
Are we talking travel in just this country, or are we talking
Anywhere.
different realms?
Anywhere around, different realms. Yeah,
I'm
anywhere.
asking. I know what you mean, but I'm
You've
also
got to make
asking
it
travel
okay,
in
yeah.
different realms, different realms. And I feel that the spirit travels. And so, there's sometimes you look at a place and you think, I've been there before, when you know you have not been there, but you know you've been there.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? You know you haven't been there, but you know you've been there. But you know it. You see it like, No.
Almost walk around with blindfold on and you know where you're
Oh, I think it's time for us to go, you
Already?
guys. The secretary is saying time out, study.
No, Stephen, you got to come
I
back.
just got another wine as well, you know.
Oh.
I'm ready for another round.
He doesn't drink.
I don't drink either. So you know that I'm ready for another round.
Well, thank you guys so much. I can't believe nobody called us.
Nobody called.
Nobody called, but I think they're shy. But this is the first week of the phone lines. Next week, Wisdom, we're going to have the phone lines forever now.
I'm gonna turn up next week. I'm gonna turn up next week, you know.
The week before Christmas, isn't it?
No, we've got
a couple of weeks.
No, we've got a couple of weeks. Next week is our last week for this section. We will be coming at. We're probably going to do another show before the New Year.
We need to do a Christmas special, man.
That's what I'm
New Year's
thinking.
special or something.
We will do
A
a
rum
Christmas
punch
special.
and fruit cake
Mhm.
and
We'll have like some drinks and cake.
Christmassy stuff.
Whatever.
Yeah.
How about the audience tell us what they'd like us to do?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Let us know.
What you
Let us
want
know.
us to do for the Christmas special. Because we will have a Christmas special and it will be like, because Christmas is, what day this year?
Saturday.
Oh, it's a Saturday.
Yeah.
So I'm not really saying Boxing Day, but maybe the day after or something. Because you know people are going to be off work for a little while. Boxing Day is what?
Sunday, but I usually people like still unwinding from
Exactly, from Christmas. That's what I
Figuring out
thought.
all the Christmas dinner.
So, and then the week after that Saturday is New Year's. So, we're probably going to have something, we're going to have to do something, maybe in the middle
In
of the
between.
week. In between.
Well, I'm off work from the 17th.
Okay, and what about you, Lee? You off?
Yeah, well, you know me. Once I hear where the party's at, I'm there.
The party. Party animal. What about you? What about you, K-Dog?
I'm a special guest, so I don't know if I'll be back next week.
No,
But I probably will. I probably will.
So, next week, I'm not going to tell you what the topic is going to be for next week. It's going to be a
Tell us
surprise.
what our topic is. That'd be interesting.
Let them choose the topic as well. Let them choose the topic.
No, you could choose the topic for the Christmas,
For the Christmas special.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
But
yeah.
We'll see what messages come on after this live as well, because
Yeah.
sometimes as much as people are not maybe on it now, they'll watch it later on and they'll put their little
And then
comments.
they put
Yeah,
their comments.
We'll see what
Your
comes.
comment
Yeah,
is
so leave your
really
comments
nice.
down below.
And share and like the show, please. So thank you guys for joining in with us, and we see you next week Sunday at 5.
Have a good week, Pete.
Bye. Peace out.
Bye.
See you guys. Love you guys. Woo. You know I love this tune, right?